Hi guys, welcome back to Daniel's project. Today we're going to talk about juggling. And if you're thinking, nah, I'm way too uncoordinated, I cannot learn how to juggle, please hold on and don't skip the video, because this is just a misconception in our society. And believe me, everybody who has two healthy hands can learn to juggle. Now let's talk about the positioning. So don't put your feet too far apart or too close to each other, put them shoulder width apart, and also your hands or your elbows should be on belly height and you should feel relaxed and comfortable here. Now let's build the pattern. So if you have, grab yourself a beanbag or a juggling ball. A tennis ball is not optimal, but this will work as well. And we're going to start with one ball crosses. Please focus on the throwing and not on the catching, because when the throwing is accurate, you don't need any corrections to one side. And this will save you a lot of time and makes the pattern a lot smoother. The next pattern is two ball columns, so grab yourself two tennis balls or two juggling balls or two oranges and try to find a rhythm here. So throw the second ball when the first one is at the peak point, and always start with your dominant hand and end with your non-dominant hand. And when you're feeling comfortable here, you can then do this vice versa, so start with your non-dominant hand and end up with your dominant hand. When you're feeling comfortable here, you can then start doing two ball crosses. So you want to throw the balls in an X shape, and if you look at our hands and they're drawing something, it looks like an egg. Not a circle, but like an egg. Of course, we want to practice both sides here, so start the pattern with your dominant hand, and the second hand it should be your non-dominant hand. And after this, you can do this vice versa. So with the next drill, we are going to practice the catching. So take a third ball, leave it in your non-dominant hand, and basically do the same pattern as before. If you have issues catching the third ball, this is completely normal, so don't worry, this will vanish over time. Now for one of the last drills, we are doing 3 ball throws, but we are dropping the third one with intention. So don't catch the third one, just let it fall to the side. If you're feeling comfortable with 3 balls and 2 catches, you can move on to 3 balls and 3 catches. And if this is somehow easy, you should be able to continue this pattern and throwing 4 balls and having 3 catches, throwing 4 balls and having 4 catches, and so on. Now you just need some time and patience and practice, of course, and then you should be able to juggle 3 balls for, I don't know, 8 throws and 8 catches, 10 or 12 or 20, and this should get more easy over time, and yeah, you learned a new pattern. That's nice. Now let's talk about some common mistakes. So what I often see is that people are either overshooting or undershooting. So for example, if they are overshooting, so they're throwing the ball too far away, you really want to undershoot the next time with intention. So you're somehow finding the sweet spot in the middle, which is basically your catching hand. It's the same for the frontal plane. So if you're noticing that you're walking forwards or backwards, try to do the opposite then. So if you're undershooting and you're walking backwards, try to throw the balls forwards with intention, so you're then finding the sweet spot in between. There's a similar interesting example from control engineering we can use here. So a control in a dynamic system which want to reach a set value is always overshooting first, then it's undershooting, then it's overshooting a little, undershooting a little, until it finds some balance in the optimal range. And we want to do the same here. What you also want to avoid is looking at your hands or at the balls or downwards. So you want to have a relaxed focus or gaze somehow or somewhere between the peak point of the balls. This mistake often comes in conjunction with hectic throws, which are caused by inaccurate throws, because you need to correct a lot. But don't worry, this is totally normal at first, and when you get better over time, this will completely vanish. The last mistake is inconsistent height between both hands. So you want to aim for the same height with the dominant hand and the non-dominant hand. The height in total doesn't matter, so you can juggle very low or very high, but please keep the same height with both sides. For me, juggling is not just an underrated party trick, it's more like a meditation practice. And believe me, and I will promise you, if you're practicing these patterns for 10 to 15 minutes per day for 5, 7 or 10 days, you will be able to juggle. What's also very interesting is that a good night of sleep between practice days will improve your juggling progress by a lot. So instead of practicing juggling for 1 hour, 1 day, please practice it for 6 days in a row for 10 minutes. And your learning experience will be a lot better. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I'm looking forward to see or to hear about your juggling progress. Juggling is super awesome, just try this out. And you really want to learn more tricks with 3 balls, it's super nice. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Support me by liking the video, put your comments in the comment section down below. If you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know. And yeah, see you guys in the future. Bye bye.